Good morning and welcome classes 2017, 18, 19 and our new freshman class of 2020 to the 2016-2017 school year. We wanted to take a minute just to introduce ourselves as the counseling team here. First up is Mrs. Vanderlinden. She is our PBL counselor and she works part-time at an elementary school in the district as well as PHS. That's me, Miss Grant. I work with students' last names A through AG. Miss Dillman works with students' last names HF through P. And Mrs. Meyer works with students who have the last names Q through Z. So that is our counseling team. Next up is our support staff down in Student Services. Mrs. Sioka is the friendly face that you will see when you come down to Student Services to make an appointment with your counselor. And Mrs. Wattoon is our registrar. She takes care of all kinds of things like grading and Skyward issues and registering new families and many, many other things that happen behind the scenes that help our school run smoothly. So what we want to start with this morning is just a little affirmation idea for you. This is how we hope every one of you wakes up and starts your day. And if you don't, maybe if you're having a crabby morning or you feel like you need a little pick-me-up, you may want to try this little girl's technique to start your day feeling pretty awesome.
Look, I can be a shark now. My whole house is great. I can do anything good. I like my school. I like anything. I like my dad. I like my cousins. I like my aunts. I like my Allisons. I like my mom. I like my sisters. I like my dad. I like my hair. I like my haircuts. I like my pajamas. I like my stuff. I like my rooms. I like my whole house. My whole house is great. I can do anything good. Yeah. I can do anything good. Better than anyone. Better than anyone.
So there's that for you. If you need a little pick-me-up, she's a great little reminder that you can always start your day off with a lot of things to be thankful for. So in terms of our office, this time of the year is really busy down in Student Services, and we just ask for your patience as we work through schedules and a lot of beginning of the year issues. But certainly let us know that if it's taking you a while to get in for an appointment, let Mrs. Sioka know or your teacher know that you need to get in more immediately, and we can certainly seek you out during the day when we get a free minute. We don't want you to have to wait a couple days if there's something really pressing that you need to talk to us about. One thing we always like to remind students of is what the role of a school counselor is, and really it's threefold. What we like to do is certainly work with the personal social elements that students go through on a daily basis, whether it's stress or anxiety or issues at home or whatever issues come up throughout their 4 years here. We're certainly here to talk folks through that and problem solve some of those areas. We certainly work on your academic planning, so picking courses for every year, making sure the courses are right for you, the right levels of things, as well as courses that make sense to lead you in a direction for a career. Career planning, post-secondary planning. Post-secondary is just another word for the next step after high school. So that might mean military, it might mean technical college, it might mean four-year college or a specialty school. Whatever your passion is, that's really what we want to do, is sort of uncover that and then make sure we're fitting that into a career that makes sense for you. So that's really our role here at the high school. We do provide a lot of social and emotional support for students. Your age, teenagers are going through a ton of different things at this stage of life. So relationships, issues with parents, trying to pick colleges, fitting in, being involved in a million things and how to balance all that. Those are all things that we help students talk through and get a grasp on. So again, if you ever need someone to talk to, please come on down and we can support you through that. The one thing we do like to remind you of as a counselor in a school is that everything does remain private and confidential, but there are exceptions to confidentiality, and that is If you talk about someone who's hurting you, you're hurting someone, or you want to hurt yourself. Those are exceptions that we do have to tell someone if that is the case. We just always like to remind students of that. So today's homeroom is actually what's considered an academic and career planning homeroom. You're going to hear a lot more about that throughout this year. Part of our role is to make sure that we are introducing you to some self-exploration activities to find out what your interests are, what your passion is, what your ability is. And one thing we'll be talking about is learning about things that you're great at, things that you love, to spend time doing, and what the world needs. And then you put those all together and hopefully you get a job and are paid for doing those things. So nothing is too far-fetched, even if it's something that sounds kind of crazy and out there in terms of what you want to do. We're pretty well versed in finding careers that match what your passion is. So one thing we want to tell you is that we are moving to a new software system. We'd always used WIS careers in the past, and now the state is adopting a new system called Career Cruising. So you'll get new usernames and passwords for that pretty soon. And then Ms. Dillman is going to talk about this at our next ACP homeroom, but there's going to be a career speaker series that she's starting. So for 15 weeks down in our career center over the lunch hours, she's going to have 15 different career experts coming in. So everything from marketing to agriculture to engineering. She's got a full gamut of speakers to come in and talk about different career fields. So just keep your eyes and ears open for that. We have some announcements that we want to make real quick for different grade levels. So there's a college fair coming up this week at Notre Dame High School that many of you might be interested in. The PSAT test is coming up in October. The ACT prep class dates have been released. We'll show you that. And then sophomore planning conferences are going to be starting in November for this year's sophomores. So first up is for our juniors. So there is a college fair this Thursday and Friday. It's traditionally always been held at St. Norbert College, but this year it's going to be at Notre Dame Academy because the field house at St. Norbert is under construction. So the setting pretty much looks like this picture. So every college, there's going to be over 80 colleges represented. They each have an area within a field house, and they set up information. There's going to be a lot of takeaways for you in terms of college catalogs and information. So it's just a one-stop shop for you to be able to talk to a lot of different representatives of colleges, technical schools, specialty schools, and military groups all at one time. So this Thursday is an evening, 6:30 to 8:30, and Friday is a morning from 9 to 11. You should go online and sign up in advance, and there's going to be a link that I'm sending to the homeroom teachers of how to do just that. The next announcement is for the juniors as well. Sophomores can certainly take advantage of this, but mainly this test is for juniors. This is a voluntary test called the PSAT. It's kind of like a pre-SAT or like a practice SAT. So it'll give you an idea of, what a standardized test entails. And the other neat thing about this is there's a National Merit Scholarship qualifying test that's attached to this test. So if you do really well on it, you can be entered into a scholarship contest competing against other folks nationally that have done well on this test, and there can be scholarship money afforded for that. So it's voluntary, completely voluntary. We usually have about 70 students take it every year. So it's Wednesday, October 19th. The cost is $16, and you sign up with Mrs. Sioka down in Student Services. Sophomores and juniors, the ACT prep classes have been announced. So the costs of these, if you need a little extra help in preparing for the ACT, it's $65 for the general test prep. And then if you want to do the essay test prep too, it's $85. They're held here at PHS, and they're always held 1 week before the actual ACT tests. So October, February, March, and June are the tests that there's a prep class before those. And then just a reminder that juniors, you will be taking the real ACT here at Pulaski High School on February 28th. And that's the one that you get for free. So just a reminder of that. Sophomores, this is a reminder that this year is your year to come in November or December with a parent or guardian, and your counselor will sit down with you and go over my gosh, everything that you need to get ready for life after high school. So we will give you, kind of go over a 4-year plan for you. We'll review what you've already taken in terms of classes and make sure you're prepared your junior and senior year for what you want to do after high school. We'll go over your transcripts, test results. We'll hand you a lot of college resources so you can see what the requirements are for getting into certain programs or tech colleges or colleges. And just go over a lot of information for you so that you feel like you have a good idea of how to tackle your junior and senior year. And then freshmen, just a reminder that you should be getting involved in clubs and activities this year, volunteering your time if possible, and then in this schedule, developing study and homework strategies. And if you feel like you're struggling in any one of those areas or you need help in any of those areas, please come down and let us know. Talk to your homeroom teacher. And we just want you to get involved and compete and contribute in some way, shape, or form. So if you are feeling a little lost and feel like you want to get more connected here, just let us know and we can help you do just that. Lastly, we just have a little kid president motivational talk for you here. Basically, it's a message to a little person on their first day here. So just have a great year, you guys, and please utilize our office for any needs you might have. We look forward to hearing from you, and again, just have a great year.
There's a lot that the kids need to know. A letter to a person on their first day here. Today, over 360,000 babies will be born, and you are one of them. Welcome, this is the world. It's a pretty cool place. There's lots to see, smell. There's corn dogs. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's just so much to do. Singing, dancing, and laughing. Laughing's the best. It's especially great when you laugh and milk comes out of your nose. But only if you just have milk. Otherwise, it's just gross. Some days gross things will happen. Some days awesome things will happen. Some days you'll get ice cream. Some days you won't. Some days your kite will fly high. Some days it gets stuck in the tree. It's just how it is here. There's plenty of reasons to dance. You just gotta look for them. Don't worry though, you won't be doing this alone. You're going to meet lots of people here. Some of them will be really nice, and some won't be. It's not that they can't be, it's just, maybe they're just having a bad day. Being a person is hard sometimes. You should give people high fives just for getting out of bed. Oh, high fives, I forgot to explain that. How do I explain this? It's kind of, high fives are like hitting someone who is your friend. That's really bad. Just treat everybody like it's their birthday. Even if they don't deserve it. Because we all mess up sometimes. The biggest mess up, not forgiving each other's mess ups. Maybe you'll be a teacher. Maybe you'll be president. Maybe you'll cure every disease ever. You might even see the Grand Canyon, swim in the ocean. Oh, this is so much. It's a lot. Try this. Take a breath. Isn't that amazing? It's called breathing. You're going to do it a lot, but nobody knows exactly how much. So enjoy it. Pay attention. Take brain pictures. Because amazing things will happen every day. You're going to do so much, but it's not about what you do. It's about who you are. You're awesome. You're made that way. You're made from love, to be loved, to spread love. Love is always louder, no matter what. Even if hate has a bullhorn, love is louder. So let your life be loud. Let's shout to the world. Things can be better. It's okay about all the mess ups. We're not rule. Sorry, I keep bringing that up. I don't think I told you this yet. We're really glad you're here. We don't say that enough to each other here because, well, life gets busy. You're going to be important and you're going to do a lot and you're going to smell great, but don't get too busy. Remember to let everybody know you're glad they're here. You don't have to remember all this right now. You're going to need a pep talk sometimes, and that's okay. For now, remember this. You're awake. You're awesome. Live like it. Hey, I'm not only kid president, I'm also an uncle. We made this for a special little guy named Miles. Now I'm trying really hard to teach him to be a person, an awesome person. Pass this video along. What do you think the kids need to know? Help me out. I'm making a list. Do you make YouTube videos? Make a video. Draw a picture. Write about it. Tell me and the world. Everybody has someone younger